Folks, today we're going to be talking about how to create a high-ticket coaching program. Have you ever wondered how you might increase the revenue of your company and a lot of the products and services that you offer have stalled out? If that is the case, you might be missing out on some exceptional revenue by not having a high-ticket coaching program. So let's dive in. I'll tell you exactly what I mean. So over the last couple of decades, I have owned and operated educational programs, and high-ticket coaching programs have been the core of those companies. So today I want to dive in and show you all the ins and outs of a high-ticket coaching program. First, let's understand what that is and why a consumer would even consider purchasing a high-ticket coaching program. Secondly, I want to help you understand how to create it. Number two, how you can set it apart, and ultimately how to present it to your audience. And if you're in the coaching world, this will take your business to new heights. If you're ready, let's go. So what is a high-ticket coaching program? When we look at online funnels, we see them starting with something small, trying to capture a large audience. And it's usually a smaller price point to entice them. It might even be free. But as you go down the funnel, you're able to see that they're leading people down a path where they're coming in for free or very little or spending a little bit of money and eventually upgrading and spending more money as the value proposition increases. And ultimately, people are looking to get more from the money they're spending on the products and services as they travel down that funnel. So the tip of the spear in this funnel is a high-ticket coaching program. This is where individuals will pay thousands of dollars to be mentored by somebody who has already traveled down the road they're looking to go so they can avoid pitfalls and mistakes that they might encounter on their own if they don't have somebody to guide them along that path. So why would a consumer invest in a high-ticket coaching program? I like to look at this if I was put in that situation. Why would I spend money and when would I spend money on something that cost me thousands of dollars? If I'm going to spend that type of money, I want it to be something where I get individual attention and I can learn from somebody who has done exactly what I'm wanting to do and can help guide me through the challenges that I might expect, but also help me bypass some of the things I don't need to engage in and accelerate my success in that program. And it really depends on how people consume content. Now, out there in the world, there's a lot of different methods of learning. Some people learn really well on themselves. They can take a study guide or a book or a home study course and really dive in and learn themselves. Some learn really well in a classroom setting, like a seminar or a classroom where they're with other people, there's somebody presenting to them, they're able to dissect that information and utilize it for their benefit. But what I've found is that most people learn very best when they are working one-on-one with somebody, someone who can dive into their specific situation, what they need, and help them come up with solutions and ideas that will specifically benefit them and accelerate their educational process because it's all about them who has already been there themselves and can help them move forward at a pace that's much accelerated in what they could do on their own. So how do you create a high-ticket coaching program? Number one, it has to be a natural flow from your progression of your sales funnel. You can't go from, hey, this is me, and spend thousands of dollars, right? It has to be a natural progression, right? You've bought this, you've entered in this, you received this value from me. Now you've got this program, you've got this home study course. Here's the next product I would like to offer you or present to you being a high-ticket coaching program. So it has to flow naturally. However, to create a high-ticket coaching program, there are some elements that you absolutely need to make it worthwhile and beneficial. First off, and it might seem simple, but you need to have one-on-one sessions with an expert or a mentor or a coach with a consumer. And those can vary, right? Depending on how much money or the package price. It can be from maybe $1,000 all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars, depending on how many one-on-one sessions the individual is getting. But the core, the base of the package of the high-ticket coaching program is one-on-one coaching sessions. Now, some people might disagree and say that it can be group coaching sessions. And for me, I've seen that work. However, if I'm an individual, like I said, I like to take it back to me. If I'm the individual spending thousands of dollars, I would love to be able to have that coach, that mentor work specific with me on my situation to help me move forward. We've talked about the base, one-on-one sessions. What else can you add to really drive value in a high-ticket coaching program? Well, you can add, in addition to one-on-one sessions, group sessions. Those are powerful, and that is something that can be done in a group setting where the community of like-minded individuals are talking together and they uplift and edify everyone in the group because they're all headed in the same direction, trying to improve a certain aspect of their life or learn a new skill set that's going to benefit them financially or in other areas of their life. So group sessions are extremely powerful. I've also seen high-ticket coaching programs that have unlimited email access where you can ask questions anytime you want. I've also seen high-ticket coaching programs that have a hotline available that people can call into anytime they have questions, right? Because you've got a session scheduled now, and maybe there's a session scheduled a week from now. And what if you have a question in between there, or you have an emergency? If you can call into a hotline and get that question answered, the perceived value of that program goes up significantly. Regardless, it has to be worth it for the money that the individual's putting into it, right? If somebody's spending thousands of dollars for an educational program, it has to have the value or perceived value that is going to be worth it for the individual consumer. So how can you set your high-ticket coaching program apart from the others that are out there? Because there's a lot of groups that have them, and there's a lot of groups that do a good job of marketing them and getting them out there. But if you can differentiate yourself, that can make all the difference in the world. Now, I talked earlier about the different methods of learning. Some learn really well on their own, some learn well in a group setting, most learn well one-on-one. So obviously with that base, some things you can do that set it apart, as I mentioned, is including that hotline. One thing that I like to do in my organization is provide access to a software program, online material where they can go in and they can get access to those study cards, those study groups. But also we've built into it some AI, some artificial intelligence, that when somebody goes in and assesses their current situation, the software will spit out content, videos, courses, audios that'll help them specific for those areas in which they're deficient. So grouping all these things together can provide the best experience for the consumer with a high-ticket coaching program. You know, one other element that's really interesting is when you look at high-ticket coaching programs, usually they're in the education space and they're usually into a couple different categories. Under wealth building could fall e-commerce, real estate, stock market education. There's a lot of things that can fall under that. One area I've been passionate about is the self-improvement or personal development space. Now, we found out about a decade ago, we were offering wealth building educational programs, high-ticket coaching programs, but we also offered high-ticket personal development, self-improvement coaching programs. Now, one thing we wanted to experiment with and try to do is everybody who bought a wealth building program would get a handful of one-on-one personal development coaching sessions. And the results were amazing, right? The people who received personal development coaching sessions associated with their wealth building coach and coaching sessions did better than those that didn't. And why do you think that was? Because these individuals that are starting something new, a business, investing in real estate, or getting involved in the stock market, they're going to have challenges, right? They're going to have mindset issues that come up that if they don't have the way to work through that, they might blame other people. They might think they're not good enough. They might have limiting beliefs. But having a personal development, a self-improvement coach along the way, we call it investor mindset, really help them overcome some of those self-sabotage ideas that might come into their brain when they get started with something new. And so our organization, anytime we offer a wealth building coaching program, will always add on to that personal development or investor mindset sessions to help them get out of their own way, to be able to open up their mind to learn new things and see success in it and find the good things that truly come from that. Final thing, how do you present a high-ticket coaching program? Now, if you have a really good funnel that has a value proposition that leads very succinctly from one to the next until you get to a high-ticket coaching program, that can work. And I've seen it work. I've seen some funnels that are amazing. It takes a lot of work and energy to get there, but it can work. But I think having a sales professional, right? Someone who can help an individual see where they're at, where they want to get to, ask the right questions, help them come to realization on their own that they can do that. That usually leads to more sales by having a sales professional to have people purchase high-ticket coaching programs. And I've seen if it's a question-based approach with a professional sales representative, chances are you're going to see more sales come into your organization. Now, this is my experience. This is what we've seen. This is what we've done in our organization. But I realize there's a lot of different ways to do it. And I realize a lot of you have had success with your own high-ticket coaching programs. And I'd love to hear from you. So feel free to comment. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to engage in a dialogue. As always, I have a free gift for you. It's aaronSalesTraining.com. It's a 12-part series about sales and persuasion. It's awesome. Has a ton of great content. Like I said, it's a 12-part series that we normally offer each series for $100. It's yours for free. All you got to do is click on the link below and you'll receive that free training. Once again, thanks for visiting. Hope you have an awesome day. Take care.